Assalamu alaikum, may I come in?
आइए प्लीज बैठो. Now you may like to introduce yourself to all of us.
Thank you for providing me the opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Noman Munir from district Turbat Keech, and I'm eldest of the siblings, and I'm the first one from my family to graduate from a university in Islamabad, National Defence University Islamabad, and my parent is a government servant working as an assistant in local government and rural development in Dasht, Turbat Keech. And I did my matriculation from OP Public School Turbat in the year 2014, and subsequently I did my FSc in Engineering from Government Degree College Atasha Turbat, and then I pursued my BS in Leadership and Management Studies from National Defence University Islamabad, where I had a very quality time. I enjoyed the diversified environment of the university, and I got very much exposure. Subsequently, I also got enrolled in volunteer and social services, and I've been a part of several organizations working as a volunteer and member, like National Youth Assembly, and working for Let's Green Turbat and some other organization as well. So I guess that's my.
Can you tell us what is the political governance structure in Balochistan under the constitution? How you will explain it?
Well, if we talk about the provincial or administrative structure of the Balochistan, there is an executive known by the name of by the post of chief minister, and we've also got a chief secretary, which is appointed by the federal government, and that we are the province is divided into divisions. Currently, we have got 8 divisions and 36 districts, and the districts are further subdivided into tehsils and sub-tehsils. That's an overview of the.
Can you identify few development projects under construction in Balochistan which could impact the economy of Balochistan?
Sure, sir. Sir, firstly, we must highlight a significant project that is known by the name of CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is definitely a national project, but has a significant presence in Balochistan due to the situation of Gwadar Port. And along with it, we have also got a development project in Rekodek and Saindak, Chagi district. And the Balochistan government is also working in close collaboration with Asian Development Bank and World Bank to fund some projects, like they are working in controlling AIDS and likewise.
You have done a degree in leadership and management.
Yes, sir.
Can you define leadership for us? How you will define it?
Leadership is basically, it is considered as an art and as well as a science. It is mainly focused upon inspiring and influencing people towards a strategic vision, and the process is known by the name of leadership.
How do you see the outcome of this Ukraine and Russian war?
Sir, it is currently has become a stalemate for the Russians, since Russia is considered one of the largest and biggest military armed nation. But despite having so much and significant arsenal, military, be they the military or the nuclear weapons, they have still not been able to win this war, or the tactical operations which they called it. So we now see that there are very much significant development, and a lot of countries have become involved in this conflict. Especially the Ukraine is being aided and being funded militarily by the West, especially the United States of America and their other allies. And currently it is a quagmire which Russia is stepped in, but it has not been able to gain its short-term or long-term wins.
There is a trade war going on between America and China. Now, the new coming administration in America, they say that we will raise the tariff for Chinese imports. So do you think that Chinese are prepared to face the situation?
Sir, China, the second largest economy of the world and a very much major geopolitical force. And if we raise the issue or talk about the issue of tariffs and trade, which was they were incorporated during the era of Trump, which when he was focused a lot, he was very much curious about the loss of domestic productivity or the loss of domestic jobs, which he subsequently followed a policy through which they imposed certain tariffs and rigorous measures against China, which has somehow become, I believe, not so much productive, because China is, as we can see, the second largest economy. It has well managed these tariffs, and I guess it is more causing harm to the American industry, since Chinese products and exports are demanded. They are in demand around the world. But I guess that
I think you need to update yourself on this issue, because Chinese economic policy, which they have just floated, they are ready for the situation. Okay? आप ले sir.
What is the historical perspective of railways in Balochistan?
So historically, if we see the railway infrastructure in Balochistan, that was mainly constructed, and the railways line were, they were implemented by the British.
What was that period?
It was, if you allow me to guess, it was 18th century, but I cannot remember the date exact.
18th or 19th century?
Probably 19th.
How important is the role of assistant commissioner in a district?
Sir, an assistant commissioner is a BPSC 17 grade officer, mainly appointed to execute or implement the policies that are designed by the elected representatives in the parliament. And he has got the roles of also managing a district, which is mainly administered by the DC, but he acts under the deputy commissioner, and he implements the policies for them.
How many canals, irrigation canals, are there in Balochistan?
Sir, I can't name the exact number, but a significant canal that is being currently built is Kachi Canal, but Peter Canal, and I can name these two.
Why Gwadar is known as deep sea port? What is the significance of that?
Sir, our deep sea port basically helps anchor more ships. It is due to the continental shelf, which helps give a lot of place for the berths of the ships, and it can basically harbor more ships than any other port.
How will you define a leader? You claim that you have leadership qualities. How will you define a leader?
Sir, a leader is someone who has basically got a vision, and he has got the ultimate goal of carrying out certain objectives being delegated to him by some certain followers, and he must have the qualities of integrity, competence, and ability to execute the tasks in a very efficient and effective manner.
Do you have all these qualities?
Sir, I guess so.
Because you claim leadership as your strength.
Definitely.
Okay. Allama Iqbal is your favorite personality, one of the. He is known as Mufakkar-e-Pakistan. What does that mean?
Sir, Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal is one of my favorite personalities, and if we see as he's being called the Mufakkar-e-Pakistan, he is one of the most influential figures in the political struggle for the Pakistani movement. And if we call him Mufakkar-e-Pakistan, we should, sir, analyze his speech at Allahabad, where although the All India Muslim League, they were not in total, they were not aligned to this specific subject, but E called for a separate zone in northwest and including the names of Balochistan, Sindh, Punjab, and the northwest frontier provinces. So, sir, definitely, if we analyze is poetry also, where he talks about the Muslim identity and Muslim being a separate political cultural force from the Hindus. So definitely he is rightly called.
Okay. Your weakness is can't say no. Can't say no. So if you are assistant commissioner, someone comes and asks you to do him a wrong favor, you will not say no to him.
Sir, I believe the quality of integrity, and I believe that I cannot compromise on certain.
No. I'm saying you can't say no. This is your weakness. You have listed it as your weakness. So if someone comes as you are assistant commissioner, he asks you to do a wrong thing for him, give him a wrong favor, do something against the rules, against the law for him, you will say no to him.
Sir, under
You
those
will do it.
if it is wrong by the law and by constitution and by our policies, so definitely I would not do it.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSSPMS preparation. CSSPMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSP पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी।
Noman Munir, you like to watch movies.
Yes, ma'am.
How many types of movies are there?
Well, ma'am, I cannot tell about the exact types of movies, but there are certain genres of movies which include fiction, non-fiction, action, romance, or romantic movies, or based on history.
And do you know the history of Lollywood?
Ma'am, I have not studied the history, but if you allow me to share my thoughts on this, on the historical perspective of Lollywood, it is basically the industry or the film industry of Pakistan, which was mainly in our 70s and 80s. We through the introduction of television in Pakistan, we worked previously. We worked upon stage performances or drama theaters, and subsequently we incorporated these into television screens. The era of 1970s and 80s, we saw a boom in this film industry, but subsequently we also faced a decline due to the prominence of Bollywood and Hollywood. But again, if we see the current and recent trends, it is emerging to be a competitor.
So do you think Bollywood and Hollywood were not there when Lollywood was conceived?
Definitely.
The competitor आप कह रहे हैं बाद में हुए 80s में. The point is कि Bollywood and Lollywood जो थे, they were from the beginning or they emerged in 80s?
Ma'am, if we talk about Bollywood, it was basically since 1947 or early 47, Bollywood existed, and Hollywood we can also say that it is an old industry rather. But as far as Lollywood is concerned, it definitely was, when it was introduced, it gained prominence among the local people.
What are the famous film awards in the world?
And the famous film awards include the Oscars, Grammy Awards.
These are American. What about European?
Sorry, ma'am, I cannot.
Okay. What is the difference between hiking and trekking?
Hiking is basically when we go for a hill climb and trekking is maybe on a plain area. Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you. Dr. Saab.
Reconstruction of religious thought किसकी book है?
It was basically the book of Allama Iqbal.
ये book के ऐसे हैं कौन से साल में publish हुई?
Compiled, they were basically,
Compiled. In which year it was compiled?
in 1930s or
Okay, name the very famous book written by John Mary Shimmer on international relations.
Sir, he has written several books.
Name anyone.
If I talk about his books, The Tragedy of Great Power Politics, Israeli Lobby.
Okay, there's a difference between leader, dictator and politician. I'll name the peoples, you have to differentiate. ठीक है, बताना है किस category से belong करता है.
Napoleon. Sorry sir, what were the categories?
आपने बताना है कि ये dictator है, leader है या politician है.
Okay.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
So I guess he was leader.
Leader, Hitler.
Hitler was definitely a dictator.
Dictator, Lenin.
Lenin was a leader.
He was a leader. And Stalin.
Stalin was a dictator.
जल्दी बताएं. Churchill.
He was a politician and a leader.
Politician and a leader. And Ataturk.
Ataturk sir was
Mustafa Kemal Pasha.
Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. He was a leader of the Turks.
Okay, what is state?
Sir, a state is basically a combination of a population having a territory and having recognition among the international society and consisting of
What is emerging tendency in the philosophy of state?
Definitely, sir. It has been a historical and evolution process. The states.
What is federalism?
So federalism is basically it is a state which consists of a federation. You know, there are some divisions like there are provinces, there are counties, and ruled by mainly a center.
Okay, we are a federation. Pakistan is a federation. What sort of provincial autonomy people of Balochistan asking for?
Sir, basically the people of Balochistan are very much concerned about or regarding their the geopolitical significance and the mineral resources, and like we have got deep sea port or etc. So basically they primarily ask for is to have a say in the mainstream national.
They're asking for financial autonomy or administrative autonomy. Both,
definitely, sir.
Sure.
I mean, sir, if we see politically, they want equitable or equal representation. They also want genuine leadership to be elected among their ranks. So their problems are, very much.
Okay, when Pakistan became republic?
In 1956.
And what is difference between Islamic Republic and simple republic?
Islamic Republic, if we talk about, sir, it is basically guided and established by the principles of Islam and Islamic Republic, and through also incorporating the very much essence of a republic or a sort of democracy, if we can say. So,
okay, my last question is about Balochistan administration in 1900. 1900 AD में बलूचिस्तान का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्या था?
1900 में सर देखें तो शुरू में तो it was definitely we were under the influence of British. We had British Balochistan and the native Balochistan. It was divided into 3 zones basically.
Name those zones.
British Balochistan, native Balochistan, and one was the princely states we had. So
the princely states उनके नाम बता दें.
The princely states में सर mainly जो था कलात था, मकरान था, लसबेला था, खारान था.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's conclude this formal interview. Let's have some informal discussion.
Sure.
ठीक है? If you have got any question, you can ask. Our feedback is that you're fine personality, communication skill ठीक है, थोड़ा सा knowledge gap visible है, ठीक है ना, और confidence lose करते हैं आदमी when you don't have knowledge.
पहला इंटरव्यू में बिल्कुल I was trembling.
अब तुमसे expectation बढ़ जाएंगे because you will claim कि मैंने नेशनल डिफेंस कॉलेज से लीडरशिप एंड मैनेजमेंट की है, तो you, with comparison to others who has done their master in Balochistan University, आपसे expectation बढ़ जाएंगी. तो उसके लिए आप थोड़ी सी तैयारी करो, स्टेट ऑफ प्रिपेयर्डनेस में आओ, नोटबुक बनाओ, फोकस्ड उस पर थोड़ी सी तैयारी करो, हर टॉपिक के एक 4-5 पॉइंट डेवलप करो और उनके रिहर्सल करो ताकि यू शुड फील कंफर्टेबल व्हेन यू स्पीक. और न्यूज़पेपर पिछला जो है 3 महीने का, 1 महीना है, तैयारी करो. न्यूज़पेपर को ले लो अंग्रेजी का, तो उसको देखो, मोटी मोटी खबरें क्या हैं, सोशल इश्यूज क्या हैं, इकोनॉमिक इश्यूज क्या हैं. यू सी दिस इज अ शॉर्ट इंटरव्यू, बट वहाँ तो इसी किस्म का होगा, बट इट विल बी अ बिट टफ. ठीक है,
नॉलेज गैप है बहुत. आपको बलूचिस्तान के बारे में जो चीज़ों को पता होना चाहिए. कच्ची केनाल, सब फीडर केनाल का कमांड एरिया क्या है, कच्ची केनाल का क्या है, और ये कच्ची केनाल बहुत अहम प्रोजेक्ट है बलूचिस्तान के लिए. और देखें, आपको पोर्ट्स का भी नहीं पता पूरे. आपने 2 का क्या, 2-3 नाक छोड़ दिया आपने. इस तरह ड्राई पोर्ट्स का भी नहीं पता आपको. तो ये कोशिश करें, बलूचिस्तान के बारे में तो आपको फुल नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. रेलवेज के बारे में, रेलवेज के भी आपको कुछ मालूम नहीं था. इसके बारे में आपको जो है ना, दोबारा जाएं, ये जो सवाल किए हैं आपको, इनको जाकर देखें और जो है स्टडी करें, कोशिश करें. आपको मेहनत करनी है अच्छे नंबर लेने के लिए. ठीक है.
Noman Munir, I would rate you much better. You have all the potential. आप मार खा गए बिकॉज ये जो कागज है ना बेटा, ये आपकी स्ट्रेंथ या वीकनेस है. अब आप देखिए, फेवरेट पर्सनालिटीज आपने इतनी लिख दी हैं कि मैंने जानबूझ के इस पर कोई सवाल नहीं किया, लेकिन अगर इस पे ही सवाल शुरू हो जाएं, इतनी ये इन पे मटेरियल है पैनल के पास कि दे कैन कॉर्नर यू, और इसमें ऐसे फंसोगे कि फिर यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू गेट आउट. सो प्लीज़, जो इसमें लिखते हो थोड़ी इन्फॉर्मेशन दो, बट जो थॉरो तुम्हें जिसमें अबूर है. ठीक है, डोंट राइट सो मेनी पर्सन. इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू इम्प्रेस द पैनल बाय द नंबर ऑफ पीपल यू हैव रिटन है. जो भी अब इकबाल पे सिर्फ बात हुई है, मर्शहैमर पे हुई है, बट इतने सारे लोगों पे बहुत से सवाल आ सकते हैं और तुम मारे जाओगे. एक शख्स रखो जो भी आपकी फेवरेट पर्सनैलिटी, और उस पर पूरा फोकस करो. ठीक है. इसी तरह अपनी हॉबीज, यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम. सिविल सर्वेंट हैज़ टू बी मोर एनालिटिकल, मोर क्रिटिकल. अगर आपकी मूवीज़ की हॉबी है तो आपको सारी दुनिया की मूवीज़ का पता होना चाहिए, या फिर आप स्पेसिफाई करें कि मैं पाकिस्तानी मूवीज़ देखता हूँ, फिर ये कि आर्ट फिल्म देखते हैं, कमर्शियल फिल्म देखते हैं, डॉक्यूमेंट्री देखते हैं. जॉनर भी आपको ज़्यादा नहीं मालूम थे, तो आपने अपने आप को फंसा दिया. हॉबी देखी हाइकिंग, लेकिन हाइकिंग पे भी आप डिफाइन नहीं कर सके हाइकिंग को. सो आप जैसा लायक बच्चा अगर अपने आप को ऐसी गलत इंफॉर्मेशन में फंसा के फेल हो जाए तो बहुत अफसोस की बात होगी. सो प्लीज़, वो जो इंफॉर्मेशन वहाँ दो वो उतनी दो जिस पे फिर तुम पूरा काम करो, ताकि, क्योंकि पैनल को यही आपकी गाइडलाइन है, इसी पे सवाल करेंगे. जो आपने वीकनेसेस दी, आपने कैरेक्टर बताया, उस पे ही सवाल होंगे. So please do that. As far as personality is concerned, you have a very good personality, a very good expression. मैंने कोई बलूचिस्तान का कैंडिडेट नहीं देखा जो इतना articulate हो जितना आप हैं. Otherwise, for me, you're a winning horse, but you lost it because you exposed yourself wrongly. ठीक है? And it is all about competition.
Yes.
So you have to be the winning horse, and you can be. Okay, I wish you all the best.
चलो तैयारी करो. बेस्ट ऑफ लक.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
बलूचिस्तान के बारे में ज़्यादा पढ़ो.
Pleasure meeting. Inshallah.
Okay, same here. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.